What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be starting a brand new show. This is Higurashi When They Cry New. So, this is the 2020 remake of the 2006 Studio Dean production, When They Cry. Now, for those of you who are new to the channel, hi, welcome. I'm a British guy who reacts to anime, and for those of you who are starting this reaction with me, I have not seen the original of this. I have not seen the original When They Cry from 2006. I know that it has a dark horror side to it. I know that, so I'm not going to be completely caught off guard when those elements start to get introduced. I know what I'm getting into. I just don't know specifically how they're going to do it. So, if you're looking for someone to give a comparison of how they feel about this versus the original, sorry, I can't do that. I have not seen the original. However, as someone brand new looking into this series for the first time, which is kind of what this adaptation is meant to be, right? It's taking that 2006 beloved classic, I guess? Is it a beloved classic by this point? I think it counts as a beloved classic, right? I think it has enough of a following to count. But it's introducing it to a new audience, as well as to fans that have seen it before. But you're now going to see my new perspective from it. And as always, when we start a new show on this channel, which this is the first show of the season, by the way, first full show that I'm going to be reacting to. There's another one coming out a day later if you're interested as well. But we always start off with looking at the anime list, so spoiler alert if you think that reading synopsis and looking at tags and stuff is a spoiler. There's a link, there's a timestamp in the description to go straight to the start of the reaction video if you don't want to listen to this little bit as we intro. So, Higurashi When They Cry, new kid, Keiichi Maibara, I'm not quite sure, I'll listen out for the pronunciation, is settling into his new home of peaceful Hinamizawa village, making quick friends with the girls from his school. He's arrived in time for the big festival of the year. Let me guess, there's a hidden meaning behind that festival. But something about this isolated town seems off, and his feelings of dread continue to grow, with a gnawing fear that he's right. What dark secrets could this small community be hiding? Well, that's the question, isn't it? We all know it's going to be horror-based. I mean, drama, horror, mystery, psychological thriller. You know what type of show you're getting into, right? Now, this is by Studio Passion. What works have I watched from them? They did In Species Reviewers, so a lot of you will be familiar with that. They did the Citrus adaptation, they did Hinako Note. So I'm familiar with some of their work. They even did Rail Wars, interestingly. Okay. So I'm familiar with their work. I expect good things from this studio, honestly. Average score so far... Well, this doesn't mean anything, because a lot of the scores haven't loaded in. It usually takes a day after the episode to come out, so by the time you're watching this and go back to AniList to check on this, I'm sure this will have evened out, but yeah, I think it's getting bombed by those who think that this adaptation's probably done something hideously wrong, because this, yeah, I don't think this is a fair representation. It's just being bombed with low reviews immediately off the bat, which you can't do episode 1 into an anime. I don't care what you think, like, you can't just write off a show within one episode. You have to give it the 3-episode rule. And that's what I'm doing for most of this season. So, yeah, I mean, there's spoiler tags as well. I'm not going to click them, because I don't want to be spoiled. But I'm going to guess they're going to go more into specifics of what type of horror they will entail. We've already got the gore tag, so I know it's going to be gory. I just don't know to what extent the gore might entail. Or how early they show it. It's like, how early do they drop that fact in? Like, do they try and keep up the illusion of things being normal for long, or do they just immediately hit us off with something? That's another thing I would be very interested to see. I would like it if they left the horror elements out, and, like, they just planted little seeds here and there, and then all of a sudden, wham, in your face, like episode 2, episode 3, or maybe end of episode 1. But, yeah, I have no idea how they're going to play this. So, with that done, out of the way, I need to make sure that's fixed. I always forget to do this. Alright, so, we are watching this one on Funimation, since that's where it's licensed here in the UK and US. So the link to that will be in the description for episode number uno. We'll be watching it here on Funimation for the foreseeable future. And as regulars of my channel would know, and newer viewers will now know, these are timer-based formats. Bottom left of the screen, down here, you're going to see the timer for the episode. I'll count you down 3, 2, 1, play, and then as soon as I say play, you start the episode, I start the episode, and we'll all be in sync. There will be no audio, no video of this episode shown on this screen at all. Because I don't care what you say, fair use does not work as a copyright get out of jail free card. It doesn't work. YouTube does not buy that excuse anymore. This is not 2014 when you could actually do that. It just doesn't work. So I'm not taking any risks this season. I had to make the change in spring to do that anyway, so I'm not taking risks any further. So, it looks like we have the Kadokawa logo first, and then we'll have the Funimation logo. I'll call those out as they go past, so you know we're roughly in sync. If you're watching a different version, if you're in a different country that will have a different version that might not have these logos, I'll say when the actual episode starts, and you'll hear me call out things, and you should know we're roughly in sync. I don't think we'll get an opening straight away, but if we do, I'll call that out as well. I feel like they save the opening for the end of the episode. That's typically what they do. Opening is the ending of episode 1, and then you get the ending of the episode 2. You get what I mean. So, with all that said, let us begin fall 2020 with one of the most interesting shows I think I'll be watching this season. In 3, 2, 1, play. Kadokawa logo and Funimation, who are really killing it this season, but whatever. Here we go. Okay, we're starting with the gore and... Okay. We're straight starting with it. Oh, shit. So it's a guy killing a girl. Okay. Try and remember which girl that is. Oh, multiple girls. Never mind. Ooh. Oh. I'm going to take it that's our main character. Higurashi when they cry. Straight into it. Okay. And we're back to normal. Back in the same building. And here's, I assume, the guy that was just beating these girls. I mean, it's the same setup, right? So it's obviously meant to be. Why does he look... Why do his legs look so weird? Anyway. His legs look tiny. I don't know. Never mind. Welcome to the new village, I guess. Bento? Sister? Or a different character? I think we're going through... Okay, we're going through the different homes of the different starting... Well, main characters, I should say. Not starting characters, what am I on about? Friday, June 10th. I didn't see if there was a year on that, but whatever. $1983, okay, we got a year. I guess that's her catchphrase. Oh boy. Good man. Okay, Rena-chan, an established friend here, I guess? 1983, interesting. And I'm guessing this is Rena-chan? Wow. Because it's fun, probably. Wow. Talk about flirting already. You're meeting them along the way? Alright. Mi-chan, okay. Rena, me, Keiichi, Kei-chan. Oh. Alright, establish our main friend group here already. That's good. Wow. Okay. What? Ho ho ho. Okay. So we've got a prankster, I guess. There's probably nothing normal about it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Nice. But was that everything? Let me guess. Yep. There's always one more. There's always one more. Oh, but he dodged it? Or did he not? Looks like he dodged it. Okay. Oh, boy. Hmm. No. Wow. Okay, she likes Rika. Okay. Wow, they're tiny. Hmm. I'm guessing they're meant to be younger? Jesus Christ. That's the point. And now she starts crying. You can't win, dude. You just can't win. Sure. Jesus Christ. Yep, I think I might get sick of that eventually. Yep. Yep. June 12th. Oh, okay. I just want to double check that day just to see if it is a Sunday. I assume they did their proper research, but still. Well, we'll establish that eventually. Wow. So yeah, all this is just building up the fact that just forget all that gory stuff you saw right at the beginning. This is actually a calm show. She fucking packing? Excuse me? What was that? What the fuck? What? I assume it's not a real gun. Who brings a gun to a shrine? Anyway. It feels kind of sacrilegious to bring a gun to a shrine, but whatever. Okay. We're not going to address the fact that she's packing, are we? No, we're not. Okay. Oh, damn. That's a lot. I'm so glad I ate before this. I've learnt my lesson. Mm-hmm. It really is. Aha. We're all here. Mm-hmm. You don't own the shrine. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oof. Satoko. Gotta remember that. Wow. Yeah. Also, what? I'm not gonna question it. Jesus. Uh, I'm enjoying this scene a lot. I really am glad I ate first, though. They get along. Mm-hmm. Why did you have a gun? Like, am I not understanding the age of her character correctly? Is she an older character than I assume? Or is it just her quirk to carry a toy gun? Or even a real gun? I don't even know. Okay, but starting to go into the evening. We're only halfway through, so... Be surprised if they started to turn it up already. Okay, just going... looking through... She could have climbed you instead. Never mind. I mean, it could be. I've got a bad feeling. I've got a bad feeling about this scene. I don't know why. I just have a bad feeling. Who's this? Who are you? Why were you trying to take a picture of him? Okay. Sure. Yeah. I mean... What was she doing? Something suspicious. She probably is. Oh, actually is. There actually is something that happened here. Okay. That was nice. That was a nice moment. Just to twist it like that. And we shall never speak of this again. Hm. Sure you are. You just randomly approached, gave that bit of information and left. Oh. Kent. Okay. Uh. Uh-huh. Okay. Yep. Oh. Oh, that style change. Oh, that was nice. Okay. That's how we're gonna play it? Okay. Okay. I'm digging this already. I'm really liking it. Okay, Monday, June 13th. Back in school. Alright. So, she is in school. Why was she carrying a gun? Anyway. Wow. uh, okay. Scavenger hunt. What are we looking for? Okay, the pen. Or marker, whatever. Oh, okay. My bala. Okay. What else are you gonna find though? That's what I'm wondering. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's right there. Why is that there? Okay. Wow. Why was a trap there? Okay. That. Okay. Nipa. Brilliant. that smile on her face. Wow. Okay. Uh. Wow. That's brilliant. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Something's off. Something's very off. I think this is the beginning of it, maybe? Well, we've already started, but you know. Naturally. I also like that they didn't just apply the KO straight to her face, it like goes on her hair and it's like separate. I appreciate that. So when her hair moved, the symbol isn't perfect. It's a nice touch. A war? They'll protest. Why would they protest the dams? Oh shit, really? Wow, okay. Interesting. Well, I think that's not entirely true. Oh, again. Yeah, dude's piecing it together already. Tuesday 14th. Still going. Here comes the rain. Da-da-da-da. Wednesday. So we just ignore everything in Tuesday. She was doing something. I've got a bad feeling about how this episode's gonna end. Okay. What else is he gonna find down here? Don't think any of that was important, but... Huh. Why is she leaving? Huh. Sky goes dark. How long has he been waiting there? What's that? Stack of papers? Yep. Oh. Music's kicking in. Lynched, murdered, and dismembered. Oh shit. Is this the OP that they're playing right now? Oh shit. Okay. Into credits, okay. They actually got subtitles on the OP as well. Thank you, Funimation. So we'll still find out what the OP animation is next time, but I assume this is the OP song. Forbidden Forest, eh? Alright. Anything more? Oh, there's a little after credits. That's why you stick around. Oh. Okay. Sure. Sure. Not creepy at all. That's gonna haunt my nightmares tonight. Okay. Very, very interesting. Okay. So I was half right. They saved the more ominous bits for the end of the episode, although we did have the cold open of clearly our boy Keiichi smashing some people in with a baseball bat in his room. There's the green-haired one. What was her name? Mion? I think it was Mion, right? Yeah, Mion. So that's her dead there. And he was beating yellow hair, I believe? Let's see. Let's see here. Yeah, that looks like... Can't tell if that's yellow or orange. Maybe it looks a bit more orange, so that would be... It's either Reina or Satoko. I can't quite tell in that lighting. But each hit has a good meaty impact to it, which I appreciate. It sounds weird to say it like that, but I do appreciate that, like, the hits as he went down, like, they actually... You could feel that, yes, he's pummeling someone in with a baseball bat right now. To the point where blood splatters outside of them. I'm going to assume that he is beating up Reina. I'm going to assume that's Reina, not Satoko. Maybe Satoko was also there, but Mion was definitely there. Okay, so... June 12th, 1983. June 12th, 1983. June 12th, 1983? Sunday. Okay, they were clever enough to at least double check that. Okay, I appreciate that. So if it's 1983, how old... Okay, so this is my questions for you guys, because I don't know if the show's going to go into it, and I don't think this will be spoilerish, so to all of you that are going to be helping me through this reaction series, just rough estimates, it doesn't have to be exact, just on the ages of these characters. Like Mion, for example, she looks visually to be one of the oldest. It looks like Reina and Keiichi are roughly the same age, and then Satoko and Rika are visibly younger. That's what it appears like to me in their designs. So, roughly estimate what sort of age. I'm going to guess Mion is probably close 16, 17, maybe 18 at a push. But she's still in the school, as it were. So she's definitely the oldest. So I'm going to guess around the 17 mark. Maybe a bit older. Around there. Our main guy and Reina, I'm going to guess around maybe 15, 16. And then Satoko and Rika, I'll guess... See, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell when you have younger characters in anime. It's hard to just differentiate. Just because anime's ruined me with, like, older characters that look visibly smaller and younger. I'm ruined on trying to guess anime character ages. I'm going to guess maybe they're around about the 10 mark. Maybe a bit older. But... I don't know, it's hard to tell with their characters, so that's my rough estimate, I'm going to guess, just based on visual impressions. I'm going to assume the reason why Mion has a gun is going to be explained at some point, potentially tying into her character, potentially tying into one of the more horrific elements of this show. I'm going to guess. There's probably a reason why she's packing. So I won't expect any explanation on that, because I'm sure that's going to come up later. If it doesn't come up any point later, then I'll finally ask what the hell the gun was all about. But yeah, they've set this up. So a dam was going to be built in this village. Government decided that just because they do that. They don't have any real care for the people that live there. I assume they offered, like, oh yeah, we can relocate you to the city, or we can relocate you to this other area. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll sort you. Get out. Let me build a dam. But they said no, and the official record is that they were very persuasive and talked to government ministers and all this. But ultimately, they just were insane and went violent on them, sending a message to these governments like, don't mess with us. Any construction worker that comes in to build this dam, they ain't making it home. So, okay. I really enjoy this premise. The little moments where the characters, it was Mion and Reina that visibly showed it this episode, when he probed a little bit about an incident, and they just went, no. And it was like that zoom into just the lower half of their face, so you could just see their mouth saying it, and I don't think it was an art style change. It looked more obviously like her art style change on Reina, but to Mion it just looked like a more zoomed in version of her actual face. But you could tell like where the lines were that bit thicker, and you can see how... Yeah, it almost looked like more attention went into that zoom in than parts of the other show. Now, I just want to go back to beginning of the show, as he's waking up, and as he sits up, like, I don't know about you, but that... I've paused at exactly 1 minute into the Funimation episode, as he's sitting up out of bed, eyes closed, arms down. His feet and legs look all kinds of messed up. Like, he looks like... Yeah, it just doesn't look right. Like, I don't know how to describe it. His legs look like they're shrunk. Like, to tiny little legs. Like, the length of his legs look like the length of his head. And I know it's because there's he's sat up here and his legs are longer, but because we're looking at him from that angle, they would appear shorter than they actually were. But even in that shot, they just look off. Like, I think it's just something of that scale in his futon just isn't right. Like, the futon looks too compressed. It needs to be stretched out a bit more to actually look correct. Interestingly, he has a moon landing, or a moon picture on his calendar. He's also got, was that a dinosaur's poster on the left there? Is that a cap of some sort as well? There's the telephone. Interesting. I'm sure there's a lot of little background details here that I could probably investigate a little more if I really wanted to. But I'll save that for you guys who are much more perceptive than me, because I'm only going through this the once to watch as my initial reaction, right? So you guys who watch and will probably rewatch this with me as well, will look up more of this stuff. I did see one interesting thing here on AniList, though. Apparently, let me just see. Apparently that song that was playing over the credits, I don't know if that is going to be the actual OP for the rest of the show, but apparently that was the same OP as the original show. Apparently, according to AniList. So, that's pretty dope. That's a nice dose of nostalgia for those that watch the original. And also, I don't think have they confirmed whether this is a 2-core show yet? Because AniList does not have it listed as episode length. Does Mal have it listed as episode lengths yet? Or season length, I should say. Higurashi, when they cry new. No, it hasn't listed yet. I'm going to assume, since the original was 24 episodes, I'm going to assume this is also 24 episodes. The question is if that's split core, or if that's also going to go into winter. That's something I'm not 100% sure on. But as a first impressions, that was a very strong first episode. Like, I'm into it. Like, I'm into the subtle way they're building up... Well, it's not subtle, let's be honest. It's not subtle the way they're building up tension. It's obvious where the tension's going. But I like just the little cuts into where they might be going with it. And then it just disappears again, we go back to normal. It's just like, oh yeah, remember, we can mess you up whenever we feel like it. It's that little push and pull with, hey, look at all this cutesy, funny, happy moments, haha, don't forget we can kill you. And it's those moments that I'm just like, yeah. And that's what's hooking me, because I'm not usually a fan of horror-based shows. But I like the way they've built this one up. I don't know what's going to happen next time. Because, like, if this show really is focused around horror, gore, violence, like that, and it's 24 episodes long, and I assume our main character was there beating up the girls that we've already established. I'm going to assume that's what that scene was. Is there some, like, time mess around here? Is this as, like, I'm curious as to how they're going to do that, because I feel like you can't really do much of that in a 24-episode season unless you hold it off till the very end, but I don't think they would hold it off to the very end. It's not the type of show to do it. I mean, she's already drawing a blade on him. She's already drawn a blade on him. It's, what's-her-face? Rika, who's, in control of it? Potentially? I don't know. I don't know if she's, like, controlling, if she's the mastermind. I don't quite know. But she definitely seemed to be more in control. Unless she was also opposing Raina. No, I don't think she would oppose Raina. They're both from the same village. Never mind. Well, no, never mind. Raina being a transfer is kind of like a mini cover-up rather than actually being a true thing, I think. That was just a way to divert the conversation away from the thing. Anyway, that was a very good episode. I'm so glad to be in full 2020. I'm so glad to start this show. And hopefully it is going to be a 24-episoder or double-core show, because I would very much like to spend a lot of time with this. I'm curious to see when they ramp up the violent, gory, horror elements of this. I'm curious if they will ramp that up just yet. Because, like, episode 2 would be a very early way to put it, obviously. But again, timeline-wise, I don't know how this is going to do it. Is this... Because this is a visual novel adaptation, right? This is adapted from... I am correct in that, right? When They Cry? Murder Mystery soft visual novel series, yes. So I'm going to assume in the visual novel you could take different paths to get different endings of each of the character deaths and things like that. I'm going to assume that the characters die in this, because that's what I kind of expect almost. So I wonder if the anime is also going to show different routes of, like, this is how this timeline went, but then we back up a bit and how it would have gone this way instead, like a dream sequence type thing. I don't know how they're going to do it. Or if all the visual gore is going to be in his head as a dream or something. I don't know. I guess we'll see how this goes, because I'm very curious as to how they want to do it. And keep it prolonged. Like, that's the thing. It's like, if it's a 24-episoder, and he's pretty much already found out the truth of the situation. Like, he's already found out the truth of Higurashi. Well, has he, though? That's a good point. What if this is just the first... This just happens to have happened? Because, I mean, this is built around the fact that there's an upcoming festival, right? So the fact that a worker was killed during a construction site as a protest of the dam, that alone is not enough for this show, I don't think. I don't think it would make 24 episodes out of just that one situation. There's something a little more going on to it. I'm highly doubting this festival. It's got me. I mean, it's got me hooked. What can I say? This show has completely got me hooked. So I'm going to cut it there because I'm already rambling a bit too long this time. I do this a lot in the endings of the episodes if you're new to the channel. I ramble a bit when it comes to shows that I really start to get invested into, and I'm already there with episode 1, so we will definitely be continuing this one. There's no doubt about that. We are going to be watching this through to completion every Friday here on the channel. Episodes come out Thursday, obviously, but I record these for upload on Friday. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Leave a like if you did. It helps boost the channel out. Leave a comment on what you thought of the episode, how it compares to the original work, or the original anime, and then how it compares to the original visual novel. Is this a better adaptation so far? Is it more truthful? Is it changing things? Is it switching it up from the original? Anything like that, please let me know, because I have not seen the original, so I will not understand those moments, but I don't think it's a spoiler for me to know that the original anime did something a little different, because chances of me going back and watching the original anime, very slim. I don't get to watch a lot of anime in my free time. Like, my anime watching free time is doing this for YouTube and doing reactions, so I usually only watch seasonal shows, and I very rarely get to watch a show that isn't coming out this season. If I have an empty gap in a season, which is unlikely now that the COVID delays are mostly behind us, and we've now got full seasons back, so chance of me going back and watching the original of this is very slim, so I don't mind spoilers to the original comparatively with this. So obviously not episode 2 spoilers from the original, but episode 1 spoilers from the original if they did something different or whatever. So yeah, leave your comments on that to help me understand. Very much appreciated. And don't forget to hit subscribe as well to see next week's episode here on the channel, as well as the rest of the full 2020 season that is now kicking off here. Our goal this season is to try and hit 400 subs. We actually got surprisingly close to 300 this season. My goal was 250, and we hit that. But yeah, we got surprisingly close to 300 in the last bit of that season. So if we can hit 400 this season, I'll be very, very happy. 500 is the ultimate stretch goal, of course, because I would like to be roughly around about the same size. Well, I'd like to be back on track to the same growth as I was with the original channel before all the Molby incidents happened, but that's just a pipe dream. So I'm hoping this season we get some good shows that bring in a lot of new viewers, and yeah. So thank you everyone for watching, and until next time, see you guys later.